Yep.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dwayne Whitmer, and here we are today, Wanaka Grill in Hamburg, to celebrate Jim Ostrowski's 11th book. I had the honor of meeting Jim a few years ago at a court case in which he won. The only victory against the SAFE Act came from Jim Ostrowski. Who was the AG in that case?
Eric Schneiderman.
Eric Schneiderman was the AG, and we all know what happened to Eric Schneiderman. He's no longer AG. He probably went to public school, and that's what happens. So I had the honor of meeting Jim a couple of years ago after this court case where he won, again, the only victory against the SAFE Act. And I was running for office. Jim became like a consultant mentor of mine, and I got to follow Jim around and learn more about him throughout the years. And I've adapted my approaches to more of an anti-archist mentality to follow the almighty J.O. through. And ran for office, did not win. I got smoked, but I had a great time. Learned a lot from Jim, and really got to see how he works. And I'm real lucky to have a friend like Jim where I can learn a lot of stuff and kind of see how he approaches things. Don't repeat this, even though this is live. Jim's probably one of the smartest men I've ever met. And he'll tell you he is. If you ask him, he'll make sure he'll tell you he is. And he's also, for those at home, the greatest attorney since Cicero. No, since I forgot your term. It's your
I deny I ever said such a thing.
He's been known to say Cicero.
Yep, the greatest attorney since Cicero.
Yeah.
But
I'm a positive thinker.
no, having Jim around is wonderful. I've read most of his books. Reading's hard for me. I went to public school, so bear with me. But I've read most of his books, and I've always learned a lot from him. And I appreciate the debates we've had. Can I tell them just real quick about our St. Joe's debate story?
No. Sure.
All right.
This is like a roast.
So
like a Dean Martin roast.
I am nobody. I'm some chubby accountant from Hamburg running for Congress. I'm running against a Delaware North attorney Nate McMurray and Chris Jacobs. And the Jacobs family has a lot of money. They killed someone in the 70s with Delaware North. It was fine. And
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And I'm running, and there's this debate at St. Joe's, and it's me and two corporate attorneys, and we're on the way there, and we're like yelling at each other in the car. I might have missed a turn. I didn't read the directions properly. I went to the wrong spot. And Jim and I are screaming at each other in the car. Like Will's in the back, like laughing his ass off because it's like, we're like, Jim's red in the face, I'm red in the face, and Maura and Paul pull up next to us, and Will is dying in the back seat, and I'm just miserable. So we get there, and in Jim's mentality, he wanted to beat Chris there, and we did.
Gotta get there first.
And then I proceeded to massacre two Delaware North attorneys in this debate.
Totally.
And like nothing happened. And then Jim bought me lunch after. He was proud of me. So, hanging out with Jim's always an adventure. So I'm honored to be the one to introduce him today. So, ladies and gentlemen, the almighty Jim Ostrowski.
Thank you. I'm speechless. I don't have any jokes. I don't even know what to say. Thanks for coming, and I appreciate everybody who's bought the book online or here. I got our Amazon sales ranked down to 37. I've never tried this book bomb thing before, and it's been kind of sketchy at times. Started out a little slow. We got some boomer music in the background, which is fine. I'm just gonna talk loud. So I'll just tell you this one story. I got up this morning. I worked 19 hours yesterday on a legal case, and I didn't really have time to put together my strategy for these live streams and everything. But and I was a little disappointed that a certain individual didn't help out with the book. Nobody in Western New York, believe me. But it's like life is about how you deal with adversity. So I said, I'm gonna go downtown, do this live stream downtown, and show everybody what I got. And I don't know if you've seen the 13-minute live stream I did downtown. I hope you find it as hysterical. I had a great time, and it's like without having to prepare, sometimes you have to get more creative. So I was going to start out in the city court, where, in my view, the point I'm telling you the plot, but so there's a lot of people missing from government school. They say it's universal, and they say that without government schools, we wouldn't have the underclass, the disadvantaged people, the poor would not be educated. So I'm trying to directly deal with that argument, and using my experience as a criminal defense lawyer, where are these 10% of students who don't go to class? And where are these 20% of adults who are functionally illiterate? Well, I know where they are. Tell Reese to be quiet. I know where these people are because I work there. They're in the arraignment part of Buffalo City Court. And so I'm schmaltzing it up, no script. And I said, they didn't really drop out of school. They dropped into the school of crime, and they're getting their bachelor's in Buffalo City Court. Then I ran with the camera down the street to the the Erie County Holding Center, and I said, this is where these people who are supposedly educated in government school, they get their master's degree at the Holding Center in street crime. And then on the way there, I said, I got to work the federal court into this little act. And I went by the federal courthouse, and I said, well, that's where the best criminals go. The people who sell the most drugs, it's mostly drug cases over there. And that's where they get their PhD in selling drugs, over at the federal courthouse. Later on in the day, I stopped over at Wendy Correctional Facility, where I said, well, after you get your PhD in crime, having gone to this glorious free education in government school, what are you going to do to top off the PhD? Will you go to the Wendy Correctional Facility for your Lifetime Achievement Award? Your Lifetime Achievement Award. So look, you never win playing defense, folks. This argument about government schools, I'm on the attack all the time. Hopefully with Free the Children, which provides a strategy in the red states, and Melissa with Empower Education is providing a strategy in the blue states of exiting. We can't use the political process up here because it's controlled by Albany and New York City. In blue states, you can homeschool or use a private school. In red states, in red states, we have a strategy in this book to basically start rolling back the government school monopoly, starting with repealing the compulsory school law, because once you repeal that, all the regulations that beset the homeschoolers and the private schools and make school more expensive, we can get rid of those. There's no reason in the era of the internet to have people sitting in a room for 7 hours a day with people their own age. And this is why people end up in Attica and Wendy and Buffalo City Court arraignment part. It's not a good preparation for life. So these are the ideas that we're talking about. I think that this is the number one problem. This is all the other problems we've had, the lockdown. Why do we have a lockdown? Why do we have a lockdown? Because the people who come out of government school vote for big government progressive policies. So this is the number one issue, and this is what the book is about. It's a sequel to Government Schools Are Bad for Your Kids. Appreciate everybody's support. I don't have a big PR firm. I don't have a big machine behind me. There's no man behind the curtain. There's no sugar daddy. There's no Koch brothers. There's no George Soros. It's just me. What you see is what you get. So please put the word out. If you like the book, review it on Amazon. We got down to number 37 in a certain political category. If we get down to number 1 in the next few days or weeks, we'll get a bestseller badge and we'll be off to the races. So let's get back to the party. Thank you everybody for coming. Thank you everybody at home who bought the book. Yes, sir. I have a question from the peanut gallery.
If you're looking for a sugar daddy, consider unbuttoning your shirt for the live stream.
Oh, Dwayne is so funny. That is so funny. So thanks everybody for coming. I really appreciate it. See you soon.